Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this one today I want to talk about engineering tools and not necessarily engineering, even the hobbies, they use the same tools as engineers those days. What is the difference between hobby tools and engineering tools? So engineering tools are the ones that we pay for, the commercial tools. They cost serious money sometimes. And hobby tools are free tools that you download, you install, and you just use it for your own hobby project. Now, in the past, it was a big difference between the two. So the commercial tools, they were very, very sophisticated versus the free tools. Not anymore. And this is what this video is about. So, one reason why I didn't switch earlier to Linux. So when I say switch to Linux, I actually use Linux. I had a few machines here with Linux, and I was doing I had selective stuff on the Linux. For example, the FPGA software, design software, I'm running under Linux because it seems to be more, a little bit more, I wouldn't say stable, but I think it's a bit faster. I think. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I was using FPGA, and I was using for programming because as a programming environment, I think Linux, it's better. Now, command line tools and things like that you have on Linux, you don't have so much on Windows, or you have on Windows, but with a lot of ropes and pulleys. But anyway, I was kind of 50-50, right? So the only reason why I didn't switch completely to Linux was the PCB design software. So I started long time ago. When I say long time ago, I'm MS-DOS time, with OrCAD. OrCAD got evolved into, it got bought by Cadence, and the PCB side of OrCAD was replaced by PCB Editor, which is a watered down version of Allegro. Great tool. Kind of, I remember the switch, when I switched to the Cadence tools, it was a bit, I don't know, weird the transition was not easy. I was using pads at that time as well for Mentor graphics, and things in pads, they were very different from things in Allegro. But anyway, if you learn the principles of designing PCBs, you can learn any tool. But my point here, coming back to the point, I downloaded Kicad recently, and last time when I was looking at Kicad was a while back. It was version 7, I think, so it was a few years back. And that was the last time when I paid attention to Kicad, and it was in good shape. I think I got a design from somebody, and I had to download to look at that design. And I was impressed back then, but it was lacking some features that I was using, features that you find in expensive commercial CAD software, and usually you don't find them in free CADs. But anyway, I downloaded the latest version, 9.0, and I was surprised to see that very, very sophisticated versions are actually in the latest Kicad, which is version 9. Just to name a few, match delays, so you can make, do you remember those accordions that you add to your signals to have the same delays when you have buses, and you want to have the exactly the same delay from let's say from a ball grid array going to a connector, so you can edge align them very, very nicely to picoseconds or dozens of picoseconds. So you have that. Now, what else? Differential routing. Now, it was a feature which I couldn't find, but I saw a plugin. You can't make natively. You can't have BGA fan out, but there is a plugin. I saw it on YouTube. Now, plugins. There are those plugins which some of them they are brilliant. I mean, if you want to prepare files for a manufacturer and you need to customize them a little bit to their liking, you have those things for JLC PCB and I don't know, PCB card or whatever they're out there. I don't know exactly. But anyway, I've seen for JLC PCB, so I assume they're for others. So those plugins, some of them, they're great. You can convert to PDF. You can do all the fancy stuff that you have in the commercial tools. So, and my hope is that I keep developing those plugins. It's free to use. You can donate, and I encourage you to donate just to keep the momentum going. But my point here is that it's absolutely usable to the commercial level. So you can make products. It's not like a toy anymore. It is a proper CAD for designing PCBs. Now, going further, because it's not just PCBs. You know, FPGA tools, they've been running under Linux for ages, and they're fine. And I've been using them. Nothing to worry there. A bit clunky when you had to, you know, to set up your programming cables, but look, it's not that bad as it used to be. It's a 5-minute probably struggle. What else? Oh, you have for mechanical CAD, you have FreeCAD. FreeCAD is in very good shape. It's usable. You can generate very good drawings, 3D models, everything you need. And it's stable. I've been using the old version, but now I downloaded the latest version, 1.0. It works fantastic. I'm absolutely pleased with the quality. Okay, what else? Office package, I'm not going there. It was, I mean, Linux had this LibreOffice, I think it's called, for ages. I don't even remember when was the last time when I bought Microsoft Office. Now, what was the trigger? Why this video and why I'm talking about those things? 2 weeks ago, I was working on something, and my machine slowed down to a point that my OrCAD was not responding, and it was crashing. I thought I went in panic mode, and I started making backups and things. I thought the first thing which crossed my mind was my disk is about to die and I'm going to lose everything. So I made an emergency backup. Then I realized it was a problem with the graphics, because every time before things that were going south, I got a like NVIDIA pop-up there about some, you know, when you install the NVIDIA driver, you get a control panel, and that control panel was popping up and he was screaming about something. And I realized, okay, this has something to do with the graphics. So what I did, I uninstalled the NVIDIA driver. I rolled back the Windows, the latest Windows update, and the problems, they went away. So then I read on the internet, I think a week after that, or a few days after that was a problem, that one of the Windows updates actually broke something in the NVIDIA driver and all that thing following. So anyway, I was struggling for half a day in panic mode. I remember it was a horrible time. So that was the nail in the coffin of Windows for me. I'm done with Windows. So I'm staying with Windows only out of necessity, but I'm moving towards Linux. I'm done. And again, I'm not doing this in anger. As I said, I mean, look, it's, yeah, Windows, it wasn't bad since yesterday. It kind of went to that slippery slope, right? But now it got to a point where I'm saying, okay, I think this is too much for me. I'm not sure about others, but I think it kind of crossed that point that I'm not interested anymore, right? So, and don't get me started with the AI and Copilot. Why the hell do you need Copilot in Paint, dude? Anyway, that's their problem. They want to go there and just, steal people's, behavior and sell it to the advertiser. Let them do it. Not with me. Anyway, I'm not cooperating with them anymore. So I think the bottom line is, I think tools under Linux, they have reached proper level of quality. The Windows interface is not that clunky as it used to be. Linux adoption is on the rise. Gaming community is switching to Linux because most of the game now they run perfectly under Linux. So I think it's time. That's my opinion. I don't have anything against Microsoft, but that's the way it is. I mean, you can't just go forever and suffer. You need to do something about it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. I have an update for the Simple Radio in my next video. And let me know in the comments.